I would like to talk about what makes an actor truly great. Do you want to know what it means to be a truly great actor? In this video, I will explore this idea based on the philosophies of one of the greatest pianists of the 20th century, Arthur Rubinstein. What makes an actor truly great? Not simply good, not just competent, but great. Great in that rare, brilliant way that strikes an audience straight to their heart. To help answer that, we might not turn to an actor at all, but instead one of the greatest pianists of the 20th century, Arthur Rubinstein. Although he was a musician, what's significant about Arthur Rubinstein's philosophy is that it truly transcended his instrument, and I feel it connects extremely well to the life of an actor. He believed that great performance is ultimately an act of life, meaning joyful, honest, fearless, and deeply human. Rubinstein once said, and I quote, "I have found that if you love life, life will love you back." Great acting, just like great music, is fueled by the same love. Let's take a deeper look at what makes an actor great through the lens of Rubinstein's wisdom. Number 1, emotional availability. Play life, not notes. Rubinstein was known for playing with extraordinary warmth. He cared less about technical perfection and more about conveying emotional truth. His performances were filled with humanity, flaws, colors, breadth, and spontaneity. For actors, this translates directly. Great acting begins with emotional openness. A Rubinstein-inspired actor feels deeply in spite of the risk of being vulnerable, prioritizes truth over polish, lets emotion arise naturally without forcing, and approaches each scene as a living moment rather than an idea. Rubinstein believed that music should breathe like life itself, and the same is true for acting. The actor who allows human truth to live freely, imperfectly, and honestly invites the audience into real life and something meaningful. Number 2, technique as a foundation, not an obligation. Rubinstein had impeccable technique, but he didn't worship it. Instead, he saw technique as a tool to serve expression, but not to overshadow it. He famously embraced mistakes, even performing through them without fear, all the while explaining that life itself is not perfect. So why should art pretend to be? Same can be said for the actor. For actors, technique is vital. Breath control, voice and diction, body awareness, script analysis, emotional flexibility, camera literacy. But technique alone does not make greatness. Rubinstein would remind actors, craft must never become a cage. A beautifully trained actor who cannot let go will never move an audience as deeply as a less polished performer who dares to reveal their soul. Number 3, transformation through empathy. Life portrait, not a mask. Rubinstein approached each piece as a storyteller would, painting an emotional landscape rather than just performing mechanical interpretations. He believed in capturing the spirit of the music above and beyond its literal markings. The greatest actors do the same thing with their characters. Transformation is not mimicry, it's embodiment. Understanding a character's inner life, taking on their needs, their fears, their desires, seeing the world through their emotional lens. Rubinstein's performances were transformative because they connected so deeply with the emotional currents that were beneath each note. In the same way, great actors transform by connecting with the emotional truth that lives underneath the lines. Number 4, listening, the music that lives between the notes. Rubinstein often spoke about the importance of silence and breath, the spaces between the notes. They carry just as much importance as the notes themselves. Same with actors. Actors also must master the art of listening. Great acting comes from responding as if it's for the first time, allowing silence to communicate something, listening with your entire being, and being fully present with your scene partner. Rubinstein's performances were alive because he was constantly listening to the music, to the room, to the moment. Great actors listen in the same way, with total presence. Number 5, consistency under pressure, the joy of performance, even when imperfect. Rubinstein was famous for his resilience. He performed with delight even under demanding conditions and believed that joy was an essential part of endurance. Great actors must possess that same inner joy, the joy of acting, the joy of creating, the joy of art. Actors need this connection to their joy so that they can stay consistent through long shoots, emotional exhaustion, repetition, and technical difficulties. Rubinstein didn't seek perfection or flawlessness. He sought feeling. And as he aged, he said his performances grew richer because he understood more of life. Great actors deepen and grow in the same exact way. Number 6, instinct and spontaneity, the courage to surprise yourself. Rubinstein lived for spontaneity. He often made bold choices in performance, taking interpretive risks that others would not. This ability to trust his instinct, to weave unpredictability into mastery, is what made his performances unique and magnetic. Actors that have strong instincts make surprising but true choices. They also feel emotional shifts intuitively. They respond honestly without trying to be perfect, and they also embrace the unknown. Rubinstein, in his mastery, understood that spontaneity didn't exist at the absence of discipline. Instead, it's actually liberated discipline. And the same is true for acting. Number 7, elevating others. Generosity as part of your artistry. Rubinstein radiated warmth. Backstage as well as on stage, he uplifted his fellow musicians, his conductors, as well as his audiences. His presence enriched every collaboration. Great actors are similar. They create chemistry with others. They are generous within the scene. They support ensemble storytelling. And they don't just take over a scene. They leave space for their fellow artists to shine. Rubinstein believed that art was a shared human experience. Great actors also amplify that experience. Number 8, presence, a life force that fills the room. Rubinstein had an undeniable presence. He didn't demand attention. He invited it. He played the piano as if life were singing through him. For the actor, presence emerges when they are fully alive in the moment. Their emotional energy radiates outward. They embrace both stillness and intensity, and they allow their humanity to be seen. Presence is about being alive, and Rubinstein embodied that every time he sat at a piano. Number 9, curiosity, a love of life that never diminishes. Rubinstein's defining trait was his love of life. Food, beauty, people, humor, everything fascinated him, and everything fed his artistry. The same holds true for the actor. An actor who is curious constantly observes human behavior. They explore the world with the wonder of a child. They study new techniques and new perspectives. They refresh their emotional landscape constantly. And ultimately, the curious actor grows. Rubinstein's curiosity kept his artist alive through a very old age, and it can do the same for actors. Number 10, a personal point of view, the performer's soul. Rubinstein never tried to sound like anyone else. His interpretations were unmistakably his. He believed that authenticity, your worldview, your personality, your emotional truth, that stuff is what makes your art meaningful. And the authenticity of the artist is what makes all art meaningful. Great actors aren't great because they disappear into the character. They're great because they reveal something through the character that only they can reveal. Just like Rubinstein, they bring life experience, vulnerability, humor, wounds, hope, and heart. All of these things are unique to each and every one of us. Great actors, just like great musicians, leave their own unique fingerprint on each and every role. So what makes an actor great? Rubinstein might say, the love of life. Great actors embody this same philosophy. They don't just bring skill, but they bring soul. They don't just interpret, they express life. Great acting happens when technique incorporates emotional depth, instinct leads with courage, presence meets up with vulnerability, and the actor's humanity resonates throughout the role. Rubinstein played the piano as if the whole world were singing. Great actors perform as if life itself were speaking through them. And that is what makes acting great, and that is what makes acting art. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe for more videos like this one. Click on the description below for links to our website and to learn more about the New Collective Acting Studio and our private coaching membership. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.